Alright, hey everyone, welcome to another Wildewitch RP Live Play TTRPG session. What is Wildewitch RP? Well, that's me, Faye, Game Master and Storyteller, and Lachlan, our writer and producer. We are a couple who love sharing stories so much so that we quit our day jobs and created our own company. That way we could create high quality and exciting TTRPG experiences full-time and share them with you. And today, we're playing D&D. This session features the Burning Veil storyline, set in our very own Velenar campaign setting. It's a deeply personal tale of trust, betrayal, magic, and magnificent ambition, where the fate of the world hangs in the balance. With us at the table are several of the incredible players who have joined us on our grand endeavor. If you'd like to play alongside them, you're more than welcome to join us as well. You can ask in chat or hop over to our Discord to find out more information. Now, speaking of our awesome players, it's time for introductions. Like I said, I'm Faye, Game Master and Storyteller. With me is Sirenscape, who brings all of our background music and sound effects. It's a fantastic and affordable sound collection that you can find at sirenscape.com. And now, let us meet our courageous, daring heroes before they embark on another exciting tale of magic and wonder. We will begin with an introduction for Freesta.
Hi, I'm Shay, and I play Freesta. She's an Eladrin blood hunter who embodies a cold complexion and icy resilience, with magic powers from her mysterious, fathomless patron.
Amazing, amazing. Next up for our introductions, let us learn about Tala.
Hi, I'm reading how to play Tala, who is a turtle. She lived up in the forest as a hermit, as a druid, and then she had to leave on this little quest, um, and venture into the big world and became a cleric. Um, she's really excited to be in this big city, and she's learning new things and from her friends and just by watching and whatnot. But she's really inexperienced. Well, we'll see how that goes. Mm.
Next up for our introductions, we do have Andy.
Hi, I'm Lexi. I'll be playing Andy. Andy is a Lightfoot halfling bard wizard. She loves to play her family drum and her flute, and she also loves food, good food in particular. And yeah, oh, and she has a familiar in weasel form at the moment named Perry. And the reason she left home was to go out and find her brother Beck. And now there's more complications. So.
Always more complications. Alright, and then last but not least, let us get an introduction for Ren.
Hi, my name's Anna. I play Ray, and she is a tiefling wizard who has recently escaped from the prison island and now accompanies the gang.
Hell yeah. So, with that, we are able to continue our story. And we are in Wintervale currently. You returned from the Banishing Isle, or the Banishing Isle, with, of course, one Professor Raladin Zephyrium, as well as Ray. And in the days after, there's been a few developments. There was the discovery of the truth of the Salvation Key. Conversation with Kari that didn't quite go as hoped. And some personal matters were explored and tended to. You all had a long rest.
And we actually do start from the before the long rest.
Sure. Where would you like to begin?
After leaving,
Mm-hmm.
I think Tala is just very overwhelmed, and her mind is like filled with different thoughts and feelings and whatever. Um, she walks home. Um, I don't think she notices anything, but she walks to the near the front door, but stops and decided to go to the back of the building or house that we're in, and goes into her greenhouse. It's small. It's like 12 by 12. Um, and it's like three sides of it is like tables and plants and all of that and hanging plants from the top. So it's cozy. And she just kind of sits down in a corner and she just hugs her knees and just thinks, and that's where she ends up spending the night. I think she doesn't rest well, so she will suffer from one level of exhaustion. And Andy, weren't you gonna do something as well?
Yeah,
Possibly,
so
yes.
Andy, so Andy is not at all comfortable with the idea that Tala was leaving, even for like half a night. So before she had sent Perry after Tala, but didn't expect Perry to be back until the morning anyway. Um, and then so she was waiting until Tala got back but didn't want to talk to Tala exactly, just like watch and make sure she came back. And as soon as she saw that Tala came back, she'd go back to her room and try and rest. Might be kind of fitful though.
Okay. So, you will have a long rest, whether or not it is truly restful or not. Time is spent. And morning comes. I will say that having stayed up as long as you did, Andy, you would know that Lorcan has not, or had not returned by the time that Tala did. Just so that way you're aware of that information.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's no surprise, I think, yeah.
And then for Frisa, is it business as normal when it comes to breakfast?
Yeah, just the same. Up early.
Alright. Terminder is there. And you are able to start breakfast. So, by the time that breakfast is ready and you all can find yourselves there, what does breakfast look like, Frista?
Oh boy. You'd think looking at food for like the past 20 minutes before starting this session I'd have an idea, but no. I feel like because of the incident the other day that the kitchen is a mess, I feel like while trying to clean everything, like pots and pans, a mess everywhere, it's just something very simple, even if it's just reheated leftovers. She's not trying to impress anyone.
Okay, yeah, no worries. So, each of you find yourselves arriving in your own time for breakfast.
Tala shows up late.
Yeah, same with Andy.
Lorcan actually appears, tired as all hell, but he's present.
Really?
I show up after
Imagine
Lorcan.
why. Oh no.
How was your night?
Who are you asking?
And if you're going in after Loken, it'd be Loken, I guess I'm asking.
Long. And he gives a stretch and a yawn. I'm probably gonna find some place to take a bit of a nap after. But if I missed out on breakfast, I'm sure that Andy would come through and eat it all.
That is very true.
Yep.
I think
Go ahead.
I think this is where Ray would come in and say good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Morning. And then
A tired away from Andy.
as Tala enters in, now he's the person that we need to be asking about how their night went.
As soon as she hears that, her eyes get really wide.
Oh.
Lorcan, where did you take her?
She wanted experience, so I just took her down to the red light district.
You did what?
Hey, yo.
The red candle district. She asked for experience, so I was offering it.
Logan!
This is
I
an
don't think
interesting-
that's what she meant!
Well, she
What is
didn't.
wrong with you?
She didn't say otherwise until. All right, let's instead of getting on to Lorcan, let's ask Tala how her night went.
Kind of like, deer in a headlight kind of look still at that. And she kind of sits down and kind of puts her hands in front of her on the edge of the table, both hands. And she starts to share, but then she remember what Diamond said about the nobles, and she's in a noble's house.
Oh
Estate.
boy.
A
So
noble
she
who made
says-
trips to the red candle district.
Right. But she says, I went, so Lorcan said, here you go, you have gold, right? And I said, yes. And then he left me there. So I was standing there, and this beautiful woman came by, and she said
Oh.
hello, and I said hello, and she said, can I help you with anything? And I said, well, I'm here looking for experience. And she said, oh, what kind of experience? And I said, well, I keep making somebody very nervous. And she kind of looks over at Terramander, but and quickly just changes her, eyesight. So I keep making people nervous, and I need to learn how to not make people nervous. And she said, well, one of the things you can do is maybe offer them a drink. Would you like to come upstairs to my room?
Oh,
So I
no.
said, okay. I mean, I wanted to learn, right?
Oh no.
So we went up to her room, and it was nice. Very comfortable and really beautiful. So then we had drinks, and then she sat close to me, and then she kind of touched me, and we talked. She laughed, and then and we laughed, and then it was, I was feeling things, and then she was really beautiful, and I was just like, oh, and like she's somebody I've never seen anybody like her, and I was just like, can I check this out? And then she's like, sure, consent is very important. So I touched her like she touched me, and then she's like, well, would you like some experience? And I said, well, that's kind of what I'm here for. So I said, yes, please. And then she gave me experience, and only time I've ever done that before was with my mom. But this was not like my mom. And so and then I left. So I got some experience.
What does that mean?
Wait,
Tala.
I'm concerned.
Lisa just puts like two hands on both of Tala's shoulders. Tala,
Yeah.
I need you to go into more detail.
Ray
I
just
am
kinda
so
covers her
worried.
face with her hands.
Um, but her name was Diamond, and Diamond says, like nobles don't talk about it. They do it, but they don't talk about it. And we're in Noble's estate. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it.
You are supposed to talk about it. You were among friends.
Is that right?
Don't know because you're not telling us what you're talking about.
Um, okay, which part?
I don't even know anymore.
Maybe define the experience, because I feel like that
Yes.
word has been used in many different ways, and I'm looking at like
Mm.
in the past like 24 hours
I-
in ways that we just need to define for all of us
Yeah,
to
I feel like
appreciate.
there's
I
at least
will-
like 5 different meanings
Yeah.
of experience used here right now.
I will say that every time that during even the vague explanations, like anytime Lorcan heard Tala say something that almost validated what he had interpreted her desires, he's making a face like, look, see, I didn't fuck up.
I see the cattail thing.
Oh yeah.
I know, it's adorable.
Out of curiosity, what's Taraminder's expression?
Terraminder is just kind of watching everything. She's a little confused, perhaps because of the vagaries. But she's not. She's just being Terraminder. Terraminder very rarely has like these big emotions, and when she does, everyone knows about it.
Yep. Mhm.
Okay, so starting with so yesterday, like when I asked looking for experience, I was like thinking like teaching social skills, because I feel like you and Andy, I turned to Freestyle, I'm like, I feel like you and Andy have social skills, and I don't. But I didn't want
I
to
share
kind
a
of
look
say
with
that.
Easter.
I didn't want to kind of say that out loud in front of, certain someone. So I said experience, and Lorcan said, "Oh, I can give you experience." So I thought, "Oh, this is great. I'm gonna learn social skills." And then he brought me over to the place, and I was just like, "Okay." And this beautiful woman approached me. I was just like, "Oh," and she's like, "Oh, I can give you experience." So I thought she was gonna teach me social things, you know. So I was like, "Oh yeah, that's great." And she's like, "Well, one of the great things you can do to relax, is like maybe share a drink together, you know, and do small talk." And I'm like, "Okay." She invited me upstairs, and like I said, it was really gorgeous. Um, and we sat down, and she sat down, and she opened up this, drink, and it was a pretty good drink. It made my tongue numb. Um, and uh and then she started getting closer, like as we were talking, and she was telling me about making small talks and how you can maybe, gently touch them. And she laid her hand on my hand, and then she started like, rubbing my hand up and down, and I'm like, well, this is kind of weird. I've never had anybody do this before, but hey, this is what you're supposed to do in a social setting, right?
No,
So I said, oh,
no, it's not.
it's not.
You finish your story, and
Oh.
I will explain further on why Lorcan massively fucked up.
Okay. So I'm like, okay, so you kind of, run your hand up and down like softly, and she's like, yes. And then she started like touching my cheek and my chin, and I was just like, oh, okay. This, I don't know if I should do this to the person I was thinking about, and it just then kind of feel like really intimate. And I kind of mentioned that it felt really intimate, and then she kind of smiled and laughed, and she's like, wait a second. And then she kind of sat back a little bit, and she's like, what do you think um you're here to get? And I said, well, experience. She's like, well, what kind of experience? So I explained the situation, and then she's like, oh, okay. which I still don't understand what she meant by that. And she's like, okay. So, and then she said a few things, and then I said a few things, and I was just like, this is what I was looking for. She's like, oh, that's kind of not the experience that I offer, which I still don't understand. Um, and then I was looking at her, and she actually, part of her skin was like scale, and I've never seen anybody with scale before like that. Um, and then I was just like, well, I have scales, but it's not like the same scales. And I said, well, can I see it? And she's like, oh, absolutely. And then she like undid her top a little bit so I could see her back. And I was just like, ooh, then I'm like, can I touch it? She's like, yes, consent is very important. So I guess that's one thing I learned. So and
Okay.
then I was like touching her scales, her back, like, and then I was just like, oh, I can touch her back like the way she was touching my arm, because that's how she taught me. So I was kind of doing that, and then she was just like, oh, that feels really good. I'm like, oh, okay. I still don't think this. I mean, this feels really intimate, and but still, I said, oh, okay. And then she said, well, do you want some experience? And I said, yes.
Mm.
And then she kind of turned to me, and then she like grabbed my face, and I actually go ahead and jump my face up, and then I put my hands on both sides of my cheek, and she grabbed me like this, and then she kissed me on the lips. And I was just like, oh, and I was like, this is an interesting feeling, and then whatever. And like I was just like, well, only person I've ever kissed on the mouth before was my mom when I was a kid.
Whew.
But this is not like kissing my mom. So I and then she said, okay, the time's up, and you got some experiences. So I said, okay, and then I said, can I see you again? She said, absolutely, as long as I'm available. So I thanked her for the lesson, and I paid her 75 gold, and then I left. I left very confused and feeling feelings that I haven't felt before, and then also I'm very overwhelmed.
I see that, but let's clear this up very simply before anyone starts to think other things. Lorcan
Oh,
messed up because when you said you wanted experience, that usually means about. I don't know what I can say on stream.
Sexual experience.
Sexual experience, yes.
no, you're not supposed to say that word.
Say what I
Nice.
want.
No, I said that word. I have no problem saying that word because hello, druid. Yeah, I grew up with animals. Of course, they have sex and mating, but Diamond said the nobles don't use the word sex or talk about it openly because they're, I don't know, uptight or something. They do it, but they don't talk about it.
Well, you're
And
not
we're
a
in
noble.
No, but we're in a noble's estate.
So, that wasn't even what you were talking about to begin with, so why does it matter?
Oh, I don't know. I told you I'm confused.
Exactly. That's what the Red Candle District is. That's what it's all about. And when you said you wanted experience, Loki got the idea, and that's why he dropped you off there.
Ugh. Oh.
I know 3 things that'll fix a problem.
Oh no.
And that was one of the things. And
What are the other two?
I don't think
I
you
feel
know
like-
3 things altogether, never mind 3 ways to solve a problem.
I was
Yeah.
the one that started the fight at the keep. I'll just put that out there.
I'm sorry, Andy's question. Like, what are the other 2 things?
Booze and coin.
That makes sense.
Well, okay, booze.
Not like love and friendship. I feel like that should be on the list.
Yeah,
Looking.
you know,
Just
talking about
saying.
your feelings, a hug with a
Yeah.
friend.
Let's just say if the first thing is stuff to do with the red light district, the second 2, yeah, it goes a little together.
I'm just very worried about Lorcan now, actually.
You don't look. I'm totally fine. I'm well adjusted to society. No need to worry about it.
I don't know about
Insight
that
check.
second one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fucking roll an
Do we have
insight
a
check.
living check?
That's a fucking literally insight check. That's a 4.
If Lorcan is well adjusted to society, he's fine.
What a lad. What a lad.
Can I do like an intimidation check or like an younger sister bothering check of some kind?
Yeah, make that straight charisma.
Oh, excellent. I love this. Can I get proficiency?
No.
Proficiency in being a little shit.
So sad.
Lorcan seems unfazed.
Oh, it's so sad. Okay, I have to up my little sister game at some point. Harry, come back.
Yeah, Perry came back.
Oh, nice.
Did he say anything?
I mean, he went to find a place to sleep, but if you ask, he'd probably say something.
Okay, I'll ask him when we're alone so I can make sure of the veracity of Tala's words.
Okay.
I feel like we should have asked Perry first.
Well, I'm a little bit concerned about his mental state at the moment, but if he's sleeping, I'll let him sleep.
Yeah,
He had a late night
let
Yeah.
him sleep it off.
as well. Yeah. Alright, cool.
So, I'd like to say and point out that I don't think Lorcan fucked up all that wrong at all. There was a problem. I offered a solution. The solution was taken. And look, Tala got experience out of it.
The solution was stupid, you just got lucky.
That is oftentimes how my life goes. And I can still consider that a win.
You used the wrong formula but got the right answer.
He
Exactly.
does kind of have a point, though.
Yeah,
It worked out.
a win for you.
No one ever go with Lorcan to get experience unless you want that to happen, I guess is the moral of the story.
Or be a little bit more direct about the experience that you want.
Direct? Have you met us? Are we direct? Look around the table. No, I don't think we're direct.
I think I'm very direct.
Oh no, Lorcan, you're the exception. How was your night, Lorcan? Care to share it? I'll share it.
I went out. I went out to
Thoughts. Kidding.
I dropped Tala off. I went off to handle my own business. I came back. I'm here eating breakfast so that way I can go and actually get some sleep. I didn't want
Did
you
you
to...
gain or lose money? I guess is my question.
I didn't spend nothing.
Mm.
Really? Well, that's fun.
I mean, just because I dropped Tala off at the Red Candle District doesn't mean that I was spending time there.
Insight check.
Yeah, insight check.
Roll an
Somebody
insight check.
please.
Don't believe that for a second.
Oh, it's a good roll
my-
for me.
Hopefully Fusta got it.
Rista, Andy, Ray, Lorcan's showing no signs of any deceit. He's very relaxed, very comfortable. He,
Interesting.
he didn't spend his night at the Red Candle District.
Uh-huh. Just
is-
thinking to myself, well, maybe I should parry after Lorcan next time.
Ooh.
Wait,
Ah.
are you saying that Lorcan dropped me off at the Red Candlelight District to have sex?
Yes.
That's what we were implying, yes.
That's exactly what I had planned
Oh.
for you.
And I was supposed to have sex with Diamond?
You could have had sex with whoever you wanted.
Oh.
That wasn't. It's supposed to is a strong word that I'm gonna look at Lorcan. It was more he.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. Doesn't
Mm.
matter.
Sorry,
Is it-
sorry. It's just. I mean, it's. I was a hermit. I was fine with being a hermit.
It's a lot
I
to
mean,
take in.
animals mate, but it just never occurred to me For me, it's just, huh, you know. And like, since I've met people, I've never met another total that I was like, so it just, it was not even on my radar. Oh wow. Okay.
This has been a morning.
Yeah.
Why can we not have a normal morning in this goddamn house?
I blame everyone but myself.
Yeah, can we talk about something else for a bit? I'm overwhelmed.
That's fine.
Sure.
Is everyone here present?
Yes.
Where's Ansel?
Ansel's
And we're
present.
not. Oh.
Hiding in the corner.
Just because I don't put a spotlight on them doesn't mean that they're not there.
Face palming.
Yeah, what is Renan and Ansel's reactions?
Renan is taking this in stride. She is just kind of observing everything. Ansel is very much paying attention to his food and trying to ignore whatever is happening.
Oh, what a pal.
Food is good.
Yeah, it's real good. Thanks, Freesta, Taminder. Just...
So, okay, thinking about a way to distract and think of something. Hey, Freesta, do you remember when you and Ansel was, like, researching the whole, like, the Salvation Key and our marks and everything else? And this was before the professor, our ex, and Mumzig and all of that. Like, you were saying that the Salvation Key could have been or was made to stop the Arcane Rift crisis. Do you remember that?
I do, vaguely.
What is the Arcane Rift crisis?
I remember failing a check about knowing that, so I'm just going to shrug our shoulders.
Should we find out what that is? Maybe we have different. Maybe we can find out more.
One problem at a time.
Oh. Well, if it's related to the Salvation Key, you don't think it's important?
Do we not already have a list of things to do and things to know?
What?
Oh,
What is
right.
that list?
I don't know. We've got a lot of things. We've got things that
Then how
we
do you know that you
want
have
to
a
get, but
list?
we don't know how to get there. That is where we're at right now. We've got no plan, but we've got goals.
Right.
Okay,
Stopping
stop.
Kai, I think, is one of those, right?
Yes.
Wait,
Alright.
I'm sorry. Stopping car?
Probably.
Kari.
Oh, Kari. What? That was my other question. Is so we have Mumzig and Professor Several and Ansel's research, but I mean, what if Kari has different information than us?
Well, I guess meeting Kai is the first step.
Right.
And discussing.
And if we can't, didn't Kari say she had another source?
Right.
Yes,
so
another professor.
I think we're thinking of tracking down this professor, or at least what realm of research that professor does, and then from there figuring out Kari. Because like the professor may or may not be in
And you don't really have anything other than a professor from Vezilair, which would make this very hard to... Kari is probably going to be your easiest person to track down, if you think about it.
Is there... Oh, how can we find Kari?
Andy will kind of have this like look of realization come over. She goes,
What?
Nothing.
What?
I just know that we can. There's the different kinds of magic.
Yeah.
There's like necromancy and like fan favorite, and then there's like enchantment and stuff. Well, there's divination magic.
Is that
and
like... Okay, go ahead.
And I might know someone who's an expert? Question mark.
Okay. And that person can help us find Kari?
Maybe.
Oh, well,
Um,
that's a good
I'm
idea.
not skilled in divination magic. At least not that skilled.
Okay. Okay. That's good. That's good.
Or maybe there's someone here in one of the schools of magic here that would be able to help us do that.
Okay. So does that mean we reach out to your contact, and if they can't do it, we go to the school and ask somebody if they can do it?
Yeah, I can reach out to my contacts and see what happens, but otherwise, or maybe in conjunction, we could also go to the there's like Faye, remind me, there's like the different there's the Mage Tower and then there's like the university.
So you've got a mages guild in
Oh,
Wintervale,
okay.
which is for people who are probably already out of schooling. Um,
Uh-huh.
most of the schooling for magic isn't in Wintervale proper. It gets sort of chartered out to other schools. Veselair being the more prominent one. You also have Cameron Dell, but that's also a few weeks travel. So most of the magic for learning in Wintervale would be through mentorship programs and tutors.
Gotcha. So maybe the Mages Guild would be the best one. Maybe hire a diviner or something. Which might be really expensive. Anyway, want me to reach out to my contact?
Sounds good.
Great! This goes so well, and then I will have a conversation with the fairy. Oh, I didn't do long rest. Okay, Faye, I'd like to do ascending to full mark.
Okay, do you do this privately or?
I'm just gonna kind of step away, maybe out to like outside, just kind of giving everyone like a very sheepish like look. Like I'm just gonna go outside briefly.
Okay.
Oh god. Well, I gotta start with Priestess says hi. I gotta count. Hope you are well. By chance, can you perform scrying to locate a person? Or perhaps would you be interested in helping me? I think that's might be on B20. There. End it.
Charming as always to hear your voice.
Oh boy.
I very much have the capability to scry. Are you wanting tutorship? Learning how to do so yourself? Lonric is always welcoming.
Great. Andy will go back inside, her face bright red, and she'll go, okay. My contact can help us. Kind of.
That's good. What do we have to do?
Go back to Lawnwork.
Lawnwork?
Yeah.
Okay, but how long did it take us to get from there to Wintervale?
Weeks?
I want to say it's like a week's travel.
Oh, 1 week.
Yeah, I want to say it's full. It's 1 full week.
Okay. Do we want to try to maybe rent some horses so it won't take us a full week.
Do we want to go there? I guess, maybe that's obvious, but like, do we really want to leave Wintervale?
I mean, if that's the only way to locate Kari, and locating Kari is what we want to do next, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know
Does
anything
Ans?
about. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, does like Ansel or Logan, do you know, like, tracking someone magically, or Ansel any like
I mean,
contacts in temples?
I don't know about tracking no one magically, but I've done it normally. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it can't be hard to just go around, talk to people, say, hey, have you seen someone who looks like this? And if so, where? I feel like you quickly go to magic to solve your questions, but you don't think about, just, I don't know, doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that, Aldrich might have some people that, you know, can be pulled strings on. Maybe not going through Aldrich.
Looking at Fleesta.
But that's my thing. I don't really know too many of the acolytes or priests here. But I could try and use my connections. They don't know that it would get us any sort of aid. I've been quite focused during my time until recently.
Hmm. Well, I mean, and you'll just kind of go, well, I guess I'm kind of partial to going to Landmark, but I don't know. It's kind of far away. Not super far away. A little bit far away.
I mean, it's closer to get to Lonmeric than going all the way to Rendren.
Right.
May I suggest something?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
What if, maybe somebody goes over to ask, Captain Aldrich, who maybe somebody who Captain Aldrich likes.
I volunteer.
No.
Love
Nope.
it. I think you should go.
Oh.
And then, I wanted to actually ask the priest something, like about our marks. I realized that I never did that, and then maybe I can ask them if they have the. I'm sorry, you said scrying is a spell?
Yes.
Or if
Yeah.
they have that, or any other ways to locate someone, and then maybe somebody can go ahead and start asking around, using Kari's description. And then if we, at the end of the day, if we don't have any clues, maybe then we can talk about going over to Limerick again.
You think... Alright, hold on. You think that in a city this big,
Yeah.
you're gonna get clues in one day?
Oh, I don't know.
Yes.
It's just big city. You could get a lot of stuff out of big city.
You can get a lot of stuff out in a big city, but you're talking about a needle in the haystack of haystacks.
But what if I do this and I use my head of disguise and turn into Kari, and I go, why can't I go around asking people if they've seen me?
It might not
I-
work as well as you'd hope.
Oh. Okay.
I'm just saying that if we're going to be looking around, like, yeah, we're covering a lot of ground in one day, right? One day's not... It's jack shit in the, long scheme.
I might have a stupid idea.
Okay.
Tala, you can turn into Curry with your hat, right?
I am turned into Kari with my hat. I'm sitting there looking like Kari.
Right. If we, commit some crimes
Oh
with
boy.
Kari,
Oh
I
god.
do, then not only will we be looking for her, we will have the city officials looking for her as well.
Oh, what makes you think she's in Winterveld?
Um, you know, gut feeling.
Mm.
All right. I see where you're going. What's gonna happen if you do crimes and she gets caught and then he's on trial and we can't do nothing to get any information out of him?
Then we can go to Captain Aldrich and say, "Pretty please."
And
I don't think that'll work quite as good as you think.
It's very intriguing, but
I think we saved that as like a last case scenario before Lonmeric. Because Lonmeric is a week's travel.
Hmm.
Mhm.
You know what I also thought about? Do you remember the dwarf blacksmith that we went to? That Seldwyn had him like maybe help us. Do you remember that?
You mean the spy master of Seldwyn,
Yeah.
Serdwyn's family?
Yes. What if we ask him his help to see if we can, keep an eye out, or maybe he knows. Because I feel like when it's a spy, that sounds really official. Like maybe he knows things. Oh, and the other thing is, remember how when we saw Kari was at that gala? And that was school's gala, right?
yep.
Maybe somebody knows, like, you had to be on the invitation list or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe Andy, you go to school and ask for that. I go to the temple. Freesta goes to Captain Aldrich, and then
That was a
Lord.
joke. That's not a good idea.
Oh, then Ray goes over to Captain Aldrich, and then
I don't even know this guy.
Also, probably not a good idea. Captain Aldrich is fairly high up in the guard.
He's also
Oh,
very busy
yeah.
since, 2 counts of, using his name.
2 counts of
and all that fun
forgery.
stuff. Forgery, that's the word.
okay. So then Lorcan goes over to the guards to ask about how to find people.
I don't need to go to the guide to find people, alright?
Okay, so Lorcan and other people go over to find people. I'm so confused.
Well, stop making it so big. Why don't we put it on... Alright. We need to find Kari. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
You want to go talk to the temple, see if maybe they can do some spell casting. You've got questions for them. And, you've got people at the connections at the university. We could go and explore those. He looks over to Andy. And otherwise, we just go around town and we, talk to people. You listen. You try and catch spots. She was at the what's it called? The event gala, so she's probably going to be in the higher portions of the city. Closer to the palace quarter and everything else. So we stick to those areas, and then we don't go to, you say the mud top or anything like that. You think here. You got to play it smart.
You're very street smart.
Yeah, we kind of have to be in my profession and the way that I grew up.
Now I'm really worried about you.
Don't look. I'm adjusted to society enough, so don't worry too much. I've made it this many years, so I'll make it this many more.
How old are you?
Probably somewhere close to 30.
So young.
I don't quite know.
Okay, so I like those ideas. I still want to go to the temple to
I'm not
check something
saying
out.
that we're not going to.
No. That's fine. But just in case this all doesn't work, Andy, do you mind going over to Lemrick?
I
I mean,
again,
I don't think
she
you
starts to
should.
look like
I mean, I don't think you should go alone. Maybe one of us can go with you. But I mean, just throwing it out there.
yeah.
Well, if we were going
I'm
to
not-
talk to a mage's guild about divination spells, we might be able to talk about teleportation as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe yeah. Okay, so and this would make sense anyway if Andy would go, as long as we're exploring stuff and like Andy has some connections at the university. So maybe we start with that. So then I'll go to the university and ask for that kind of stuff, and then also talk to the mages.
Well, the Mages
Or-
Guild and the university are two separate entities. So
Right.
just because you have an in one doesn't mean you necessarily have an in at the other.
Sure. Okay. Understood.
I can make an in and one.
Or how about you and Ray go over to the
Ooh, Ray
university
probably, yeah.
and the Mage Guild, and
Yeah.
then I go to the temple, and then maybe I go to the temple with Freesta,
Mhm.
and then like we meet up with Lorcan over at the upper thing, like he said.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, plan in place. Do you do anything before heading out?
Oh. Andy would like to give something to Toad.
And are you going to speak with Perry?
Oh yeah, I guess yeah, briefly.
Sorry, I just
Andy-
want to see find
No,
out
no.
what Perry thinks.
No, me too. So are we like cleaning up breakfast then and stuff?
Yeah, I'll say so.
Wink.
Yeah.
Alright. Andy would go over to Terminder, and just for reference, Faye, Terminder's armor is like worn out and like used a lot and beaten up, right?
Yeah, it's very much like a patchwork hand-me-down.
Okay. Has Andy noticed that she's like attached to it, or is it more just utilitarian?
It's more utilitarian. She's probably attached to it in the fact that it's the only thing that she has.
Yeah. Alright, cool. Andy would run up to her room, and so she's put on like a long time ago at Lawnwork, she got chain shirt. Thank you, Tala. Yeah, Tala remembered it. She got a chain shirt. And so she didn't need her armor from her home that her uncle had made her. And so, but she didn't want to sell it because it's kind of special. So she's gonna take it from her safe place and she's gonna bring it down to Terminder and go, Terminder?
Hi, Andy.
Hi. So it seems like stuff might be happening, so this might be the only chance. Could I give you my old armor? I don't want to sell it, and it's kind of like special to me, so I want it to go to a good use. Would you take it? No, I pulled it out for her.
You see, like, just kind of Terminder, like, blank face blue screening, like, halfway towards
Oh,
reaching
no.
for the armor.
Uh-huh.
Sure, if that's what you want.
Great. Yes, that would be great. I mean, don't feel obligated to like use it or anything, but just someone having it and that's like, you know, the same size because there's like no halflings. It's kind of sad. Anyway, but like I think you could use it if you want to. But then, you know, it just goes to good hands.
Tala, that would have been more of an insight than a perception.
Oh
To
no.
know if I wanted to know if I noticed their interaction.
Mm. So you're just a little tired.
Well, you might see her wearing it later.
So yeah, so she'll take the armor and she just kind of holds it.
Excellent. That's fine. Okay, great, thanks. And then Andy's gonna go up and talk to Perry, but like please, if anyone else has stuff to do, I can talk to Perry later.
No, I want to know.
Well,
Okay.
we'll have to find out what Perry says after our ad break. So,
Great.
stick around with us. We'll be right back to continue our story. But before we head out, I just ask that you let the ads run. They're very important to us. They help keep our games affordable. But if you want to help us out directly, there is a Ko-fi donation. Link for that is on screen. These donations not only help support us at Wildewitch RP, they also unlock awesome perks for our entire community, benefiting everyone who plays with us for the next month. You can find the full list of perks on our Discord, so stick tight. We'll be right back. Alrighty, we are back, and as we return, Andy, you find Perry asleep, sort of curled up in one of the blankets in your room, and he's like belly up, you know, leg twitches.
Aw. It's adorable. This almost makes me feel a little bit bad. Actually, it does make me feel a little bad. I poke him. Maybe I have got some crumbs from breakfast that I, with force of will, didn't eat. And I'll kind of poke him and give him, Perry, I got you some breakfast.
Oh, breakfast. And he'll stretch and squirm and then kind of get right side up to eat the crumbs.
What a pal.
Good. Very good. Licks his lips.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So how'd it go last night?
Well, it wasn't all that fun. I followed after your friend, and I tried very hard, and I succeeded in not going after any of the, there were some crickets that I saw, and they looked really yummy. And then we got to a place that was very bright. There wasn't any crickets at all. And, I almost lost sight of your friend for a little bit, but I saw her shell as she was walking in. She had a friend that was leading her someplace. And the place that she was led to, it smelled a lot. Like, I could smell so many people and so many things. I did find some cheese. That was pretty good. But then I followed and, you know, I was watching them. They had, like, a lot of conversation. They were touching a lot. I didn't see any scritches, but it was kind of close to getting scritches done. But I don't know. It's weird.
Close to scratching.
Yeah, like, you know, they were rubbing, but they didn't do, like, the little, you know, and where it makes the nice feeling.
Okay, Perry. Sounds good. Thank you for that. I needed that this morning. Okay. Great. Thank you. Appreciate it. How was your sleep?
I had a great dream. I was in a field and there were so many fruits and bugs just waiting to be eaten. I was I was running everywhere, and there were crickets that were made of different berries, and I was chasing one of them, and then you woke me up.
Well, that sounds like a really, really excellent dream, actually. Sorry about waking you up. Do you wonder? Okay, question. Well, maybe this is a little much for you. I don't quite sure, but you wonder, like, because I like food so much, does that mean that you like food so much? Like, did in the summoning process that somehow carry over? Was it just happenstance? Because like, it's kind of a coincidence, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's, because the magic, they want it. If you're like a familiar, you want to have like a good bond with whoever summons you. So, like, I guess, because we both like food, we can bond over that, and that makes us a good bond. I don't
Interesting.
know about the big magic stuff. All I know is that you called and I answered.
Yes, and I love you for that, and I'll give him a hug. Good. See if I have any more crumbs on me.
Snuggles in.
Aw, adorable. Okay, cool. Excellent.
Are we going out anywhere today?
Yep. Yep, we're gonna go to class. Oh, you haven't... Wait, no, I forget. Did I have... I don't think I had Perry the last time I went to class.
I think you had Perry when you delivered the report, but not like the actual
Right.
class.
Oh, yeah, okay. So we're going back to that place and talk to people. Yeah. And then maybe we'll go on a trip, and maybe there'll be lots of crickets there. We'll see.
Okay. And so Perry kind of, from the cuddling, will scurry up to like kind of wrap around and like lounge on your shoulders, around your neck.
It's a scarf. Okay.
Yeah, kind of.
Cool. I'll go join everyone else.
All right, so where are we heading first? Are we going to the temple? Or as Ansel is being dragged by, I'm sure, Prisa and Tala to wherever.
I mean, I think temple for us, and then you should come along because, last time I checked, you were a cleric.
I am a cleric, yes. I don't see that my faith dictates that I must go to the temple, but
Well, we need to get things, and you probably know how these people think. So if we really want to, get the most out of our time here, I need you to help me manipulate some people.
roll a persuasion check, please.
Fuck's sake.
Ooh.
Okay. Oh, 18.
Hey!
The power of love.
Okay.
I will say, Frista does say this, like, obviously, or trying to come across that she's joking.
Oh, yeah, no. Ansel did. It was mainly to see if you got a natural one or not.
Okay.
It's a very
The DC was not
persuasive.
high. Oh. But, yeah, so Ansel will get up and prepare to head out.
I think as we're walking there, unless you had something else to do, Freestyle.
No, I'm ready to go.
Okay. As we start walking and, maybe walk a few minutes in silence or whatever, and I go, you know what? One of the things that happened yesterday, Freestyle? Like I said, so a romance was never on my radar. And when that whole thing came up, I got so overwhelmed. And I miss Mom.
Oh,
Like, sometimes, like, it's exciting being out here with all these, big people and a lot of, stuff and whatnot, but it just felt like, the world just got so big all of a sudden. Because there's so many things I don't know. And normally I talk to my mom, you know? I don't know, and then I missed home. And do you ever miss home?
Oh.
oh. I hate you, Iridian.
That turned quick.
I mean, a little bit. I don't. I try not to think back too much. Just try and look forward. And right now, I don't see myself going home anytime soon. So
Oh, okay. Do you miss it?
kind of.
Yeah.
I miss how it was. I think if I went back now, I wouldn't like it.
Oh. You think it changed a lot since you left?
Nope. I think it stayed the exact same.
You think you changed a lot since you left?
No, I think I've stayed the same as well.
Okay, then I'm confused. Why wouldn't you like it? Did you like it before?
I did. I think it was wonderful.
Okay. I'm confused. Okay. Just- I don't know. I mean, originally I was gonna go ahead and deliver this letter and then go back, And then I thought, well, with you and Andy and Terramander and Ansel and Lorcan and okay, you know what I mean. For all of you guys, I feel like I made new friends and maybe this could be my home. But then yesterday I just felt like really overwhelmed and I thought, wouldn't it be like so much nicer when, go back to my little area and I don't know, I'm confused.
Well, last night wasn't one of your normal activities. It's
No.
alright to feel overwhelmed of something new. But most of the time, you're just hanging around us. Does that make you feel comfortable?
Yeah, except when I'm around Terramander. I think I realized something.
What did you realize?
Remember how I was like, I told you that I wanted to be good friends with Terramander?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I want to be good friends with Terramander.
Go on.
I think I may have feelings for her.
It's about time you realized.
What do you mean? You
What
knew
d-
I had feelings for Terramander?
Yes.
Oh! How'd you know I had feelings for Terramander?
I'd say
Oh.
I'm very good at reading people, but that would be a lie. You were just that obvious.
Oh. Oh wow. Okay. And Ansel's walking with us, right?
Yeah, Ansel's staying quiet.
Hey, Ansel, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Well, I had Ridian when we've been listening to the old episodes. I remember you saying that, you know, people at the church could give counsel. Do you remember that?
That is correct.
And you're a person from the church.
Oh no.
I'm not a person for giving counsel. That is not part of my duties or trainings.
Yeah, but you know things, like Risa does.
I
So
don't know things like Priesta does.
if I wanted to like ask someone on a date, I think that's what the romance thingy supposed to go. How would you go about that?
What's your passive perception?
10? No, 17.
Yeah.
Cool. So you see a moment where Ansel's eyes kind of flick off to the side, over in the direction of Freesta. And well, I guess you would firstly see what they enjoy. What sort of activities force them to be comfortable, and then just ask.
Just ask.
Just ask.
Just like, would you go? Would you like to go on a date with me? Like, would you go on a date with me? Just ask.
Just ask, yes.
But if the other person says no,
Then
isn't that scary?
it is, but that's just how it can be sometimes. They say no.
Oh. Okay. And then I get quiet and I just think about that as we walk.
Krista, what's your passive perception?
Oh boy.
Mine?
Yeah,
13.
okay. That is... I'd say that's enough that you would have seen him kind of look over in your direction.
I will repress that.
Yeah, as you repress everything, it's fine.
Leave me alone.
So, you're able to continue onwards to the temple. But before we see what's going on inside the temple, we've got our secondary group that has been going over to the school.
Mm-hmm.
So, how has your walk been?
Andy is very interested in how Ray became a wizard.
Like, is this Andy asking in the?
Hmm. Yeah, or like, why did you want to become a wizard? Or like, favorite spells. That kind of stuff.
I guess Ray would just say, like, just tell you that they grew up under a mentor who knew magic and stuff, and just learned a lot of like wizardry, you know, all that good stuff.
Ah, fun. So like, you had like magic growing up then, I guess. Fancy.
Yeah. There's all sorts of interesting.
Mm-hmm. Faye, above table question.
Yes.
Can wizards copy spells from each other's spellbooks?
Yeah.
Oh?
That is definitely something that can be done. Typically, one of the reasons why spells take so long is because you have to decode the wizard who wrote it
Right.
down and then write it in your own sense. So I would say that if you have the wizard that originally wrote the spell assisting, it can cut down on some of the time.
Interesting.
Interesting. Andy would maybe bring this up as a possibility in the future. Like, Ray, do you think we could like share spell books in the future if we have any like downtime?
I mean, I don't see why not.
Oh, cool. Okay, that would be fun.
Couple nerds going at it.
Yeah, exactly. I just like imagining like going to like some dusty library. All right, cool. As we're on our way to a dusty library, probably.
We love dusty libraries.
Yeah, good for the asthma.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So when you arrive to the school, right, you've been here a handful of times. Not so much as the Basilaire Institute, but your mentor has made port in Wintervale before. You've come here for research purposes. Um, and well, you were here not terribly long before a particular incident. Um,
Oh, oh.
so,
Sure hope nothing bad happens.
well, at least the incident wasn't here.
That's true.
But you do kind of have those flutters. But Andy, you know your way around. Where do you guys wish to head?
Is there like a? Oh man, I don't even know. So wait, we're looking for Kai, which means we're looking for people who might have seen Kai. Oh, we're looking for the what's it? The party stuff.
There is the headmaster that you could be trying to find.
Yeah.
Let me.
Yeah, sure. Maybe we do that.
He was at the party, so if you're looking for
Oh, is he
party,
the one? Oh, is he the one that like I insulted and then I did sendings to and he
Oh.
finally told me stuff?
yeah, he's the one that had like the super
Good.
long hair from the wig.
Yeah.
The wig.
His name.
Sure.
Where did it go? Magister Erdok Dream Sifter Vungar.
That
Oh
is
yeah,
a lot.
Wundgard, yeah.
Yeah, he is dean in the school for Wintervale's University. For one of the schools, particularly the School of Proximal Vales. So,
Right. Okay, yeah, that would actually be a good guy. If, disregarding my previous encounter with the guy, he's a good person to talk to.
We don't mention that.
We won't mention. He's probably forgotten. I mean, how good can a scholar's memory be, really? I mean,
Yeah. Surely.
oh yeah, we'll go talk to him. Maybe. At least go to his office.
right. As you approach the office, can you roll me a D100, please?
Oh man. Both of us?
No, just you, Andy. I only need one
I'd be
result.
like, what is? Oh, okay, I see it. I was like, what? What?
17.
Oh,
As you approach, it is unfortunately outside of his office hours.
ooh.
Is he in there?
You don't know. The door is closed, and the hours posted for his office hours are not the current time.
Can I do detect thoughts?
Sure. You sense the presence of course, Harry and Ray, but no one's on the inside of the room.
That's okay. Yeah, I'll cancel the spell and look up at Ray and shrug my shoulders. Not
Maybe
there.
try looking elsewhere.
Is there like a secretary or like a department advisor?
There is administration, which would have secretaries and who could pass along messages and schedule appointments.
Appointments? What?
An appointment.
What do you think, Ray? Should we go and see if we could do that?
Yeah, wouldn't hurt, right?
Right. Alright. Oh, well, go over there. Admin department or admin of the department.
So you get to the department administrative offices, and you can hear people sort of tacking away. There's work being done. One of the attendants looks up from their desk. Oh, yes, hello, can I assist?
Yes. I would like to set an appointment or know when. What? Okay, when were the office hours? Okay, question.
I'd say that office hours would be about an hour away, and lasts for 3 hours.
Oh, okay. Well then, would would we have wanted an appointment if we could just come back in an hour?
I mean, might already have had appointments set up beforehand, so could probably
Yeah.
check.
Yeah. All right. Yes. Can we set an appointment with Headmaster Vungard for his during his office hours, or is that more of an open door policy at that time?
Typically, it is a open door policy, as most of the rest of his day is spent with meetings of different sorts. He's booked out appointment-wise for the next 3 months. But if you can catch him during his office hours, there are plenty of people who are wanting to get their foot in, so to say.
Wanna just camp outside?
Yeah, I wonder if there's someone else who like maybe someone else has the like list, I guess, for the party or like take an attendance.
I wouldn't have no idea.
Wait, I'll ask the secretary, or the assistant.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go to office hours, but question: there was a fundraising gala not too long ago, like maybe a few weeks ago, and we were wondering a little bit more about that process, and specifically on a few of the guests that were in attendance. Would the headmaster be the best person to talk to about that, or somebody else?
It would be whoever sort of set the event in process, but I'm sure that anyone in attendance may have a small amount of information, depending on what information you were looking for.
Sure.
If you are wanting to speak with Vundar, the best chance would be to try and catch during his office hours.
Yes. Okay. Thanks. Will do.
Okay. So, as you guys, I heard a potential idea of camping out outside the door. Is that what you plan to do?
Should we?
Sure. I like Andy's like itching to do something, but I don't know what we could do.
I mean, if you're itching to do something, you can always just think, what would Friesta do?
That's a bad idea.
I don't know. I don't know
Great
about that one.
idea. What would
Hey,
I
we
do?
don't need Captain Eldrick to hate us even more. Gosh, I
Guys.
don't even know.
Yeah, they don't want to get kicked out yet.
Ray's like, I can't go back to the Isle.
Yeah.
That's back.
Been there, done that. I don't know, like what? Could we do some kind of check to figure out like if there's another way, or like intelligence check, like if there's another way to do something?
Sure. Roll an intelligence check.
Should I roll one too?
If you'd like.
Oh, please. Well,
Oh.
yeah. You probably have pretty high intelligence, yeah.
Let me just actually find it.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, that was the save.
It's the save. Yep.
Yeah.
My brain.
No worries.
Nah.
It's still an 18 on the die, which is
Okay,
great.
just get
Yeah.
rid of the.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's yeah.
you're still doing pretty well here.
I can't find the thing, so yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. So
Ignore that.
there is, of course, the more peaceful option, and one that will get you in the less amount of trouble, is camping outside the door, hoping you get an audience, and having the conversation. If you're feeling a little brazen, a little risky, you can try and break in.
I don't know that that's a good idea.
These are just the
Yeah.
ideas that are coming to your mind. It doesn't mean
Yeah.
you can try and search through the professors available to see who may have been at the fundraiser event. Perhaps you can ask around to see if they know who hosted or put together the event on the side of the university. Or you can just see if the other professors have the information that you're looking for, because you are just looking to learn about Kari, her presence.
Yeah. Okay. So with that, Andy would say, "Well, I mean, we could ask other professors maybe, and come back for office hours. Like, spend a few minutes talking to other people and come back."
Yeah, and if we can't catch the head, is it the headmaster or
He's the dean of
the
this.
dean? Yes. I was like, my brain. Yeah. If we can't catch the dean, maybe we can ask some other people for any
Okay.
information.
Sounds good.
So why don't we get either persuasion or investigation checks for talking to other professors?
Nat 20.
An investigation.
Oh
I felt like being a little silly. It's backfired.
So, yeah, you're as you're talking around for a few minutes before heading to get with Vungar for the office hours, we're gonna pause here. We'll come back to your results. I've made a note of them. And we'll go back to the temple where Tala, Friska, and Ansel are arriving. So, what do you do?
Right. Clerics, what do we do?
Well, you do the high cleric who I had my mark removed. I would like to go stand in line if it's possible, if the line is not too big.
It's about midday. Roll for me a D100, please.
90.
There's about 9 people in line.
Oh, gee. I'll turn to Freestyle and Solo go, okay, you know what? I feel like I should at least try to stay in line. If after like half an hour, if the line moves really, really slow, then maybe I go see Kevithi.
What is the question that you have to ask?
I wanted them 2 things. I wanted to know if they had any way of tracking somebody, like the spell scry, like Indy had mentioned. And then second, if they know anything about the mark on my hand and mark on Frista's neck.
Well, I can answer the second one. None of us have seen any sort of marks like that before. It happened because of the Skyfire.
Right, maybe they know something about the sky fire.
I highly doubt it. It's all very new information. If you wish to ask, go for it, but there's very little information that I've come across on it.
Okay, then maybe I won't ask. Then you know what? Let's just go see my friend, Sabati. Okay.
While we're walking around, I just want to keep my eye out to see if anyone has like any sort of divination magic spell components, like a scrying orb or anything like that. Might be of interest.
I want you to roll me 2 things.
Cool.
First, roll me a percentile.
Right. Say 71.
Alright, and then roll me a perception.
Cool. That is a 9.
As you're looking around, not seeing anything quite so obvious utilized for divinations, at least not on anyone's person. There are large mirrors, and you know that mirrors can be utilized, but they seem to be part of the temple's decorum and aesthetic, and probably would not be the easiest to sort of get out of here. Tala, you are able to find Savethi. Tala, Ansel, and another companion I do not believe we've made an acquaintance.
Hello. Freesta, it's a pleasure. She holds her hand out.
Savethi. And they will take your hand and give a shake.
How are you?
Tired. I'm just now awaking for my shift. Usually I find myself awake in the evenings.
Right, okay. Well, hopefully I won't bother you for too long. I had a question. We need to look for someone, and I was wondering if you or anybody at the temple had a way of tracking them down with magic. A friend of mine had mentioned something called scrying.
That is a complicated answer you seek. The answer is yes. It is able to be done. However, we are no investigative service. Such practices are not freely handed out. They are for particular cases, not just because someone wants to find where someone else is.
Oh, what if the person we're trying to find, if the reason is because it's like end of the realm type of thing?
It is noble what you are trying to do, but our mandates are specific.
Okay. 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 So I turn to Kari again. I go, then if you personally see this person, if you could let us know. He's trying to build something that could actually like destroy half of the realm. And we're trying to talk her out of it.
If I spot such a person, I will be sure to alert him.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. And I turn to leave. I'm like, well, I guess that's a bust on both of the thingies.
Oh, well, it was worth a shot.
Okay. Okay. I guess we go to meet Logan then, yeah?
Maybe
Okay.
the other group got some information.
Right. And I start walking, but I kind of like put my like because I'm so preoccupied, maybe possibly put some distance between me and the two of my friends.
Happenstance.
I'm really trying.
I don't know what you're initiating.
I know. At this point, nothing, obviously.
I like a slow burn.
Okay.
I think Ansel's gonna say anything.
Killing me.
I know
Paula
it's
needs to tech
great.
thoughts. Woody needs to tech thoughts.
So,
Hal with detect thoughts would be too powerful.
Ultimate weapon.
now everyone has a mind shielding ring.
I mean,
I would change one of my magic items for it in an instant.
So, as you're kind of walking to try and find Lorcan, whoever he may be, we go back to our scholarly group, and yeah, as you've been waiting for office hours to get closer, Andy, you've been making some pretty good work with talking to people. People just seem really, to ease up and open up around you.
what a great time. Okay.
And, you would find that from some of the gossips around that Kari has a connection to the administrative manager of the university finances.
Uh-huh.
So that's what you figure out.
That was a period at the end of
Oh.
that sentence. Okay, cool.
Yep.
I'd share that, quietly with Ray. So maybe we go talk to this finance admin. At this point, me talking to the dean probably would be a bad idea, but I'm happy to wait for you because the office hours are probably about to start, right? Faye?
I'd say so at this point.
Yeah. I mean, so we waited this long, so maybe we try and you try and talk to him anyway. But then we go to the admin, assuming he doesn't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you return...
I'll give you Bardic if Ray's like, sure.
Uh-huh.
Andy will say, I
Just
believe
like-
in you. You can smooth talk anyone. Yep.
Mind internally
Okay.
panicking.
Yeah, I'll give you Bardic. It's a D8. It's a D8, yeah.
As you are making your way over to the office once again, can I have Ray now make for me a D100 roll?
Oh god.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
It seems that during your time away, that there have been some other people who have tried to nab a spot in mind to talk to Vungar. There's about 5 other people outside.
Oh yay. sure what to do here.
Well, do you want to wait, or do you want to go off of the information that you have? You know that you've got friends that you said you were going to meet up with as well, so...
I mean, it's probably gonna be very busy, so I'm not sure that waiting would be the best, you know? Especially with a good handful of people waiting, and
Mhm.
who knows how long they'll take.
Okay.
So,
Sounds good. All right, to the admin finance fella.
yeah, might as well.
All right. Can we ask the assistant admin person for this department where that might be?
Oh, you probably don't want to... Norcliffe is, he's not very, personable. I mean, I can point you in his direction, but, if you don't have any sort of setup, he's not going to be very kindly.
Is there something that we could do or have that would make him more kindly? Big smile.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, goody. Okay. Luck, don't leave me now. Persuasion.
Praise.
That's a 10.
I mean, he's appreciative of people that have a bit of wit about them, but that's really kind of it, and I've only seen that a handful of times. Most of the time he's fairly focused on his work.
Okay. Okay, cool. But he, the secretary pointed, admin person pointed us in the direction of the office.
Pointed you in a generalized direction, yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, thanks for all your help. I'll give him a smile that's meant to be like slightly sarcastic. And
Such great help.
go waltz off in that direction.
Okay. So, go ahead. Why don't we get another investigation roll from our scholarly team?
Wait, you can use your bardic if you want.
Yeah, you can add a D8 to that.
Oh god. So just roll a regular D8, or
Just roll a regular D8.
okay. I just love my luck on these investigation rolls.
Hey, oh, that is a 13 total.
Hey.
Doing
Not
great.
too bad compared to my 6 earlier.
Yeah.
Amazing. So, as the two of you find the administrative office, we're going to pause here. Go back to Frista, Tala, and Ansela as you are making your way towards sort of the palace district. Why don't we roll a perception or investigation to find Florkin?
Oh no. This hunter's bane of life.
No.
Damn.
Fiend is a personal opinion in this matter. So, Tala. You would spot a familiar face. It's not Lorgan. However, it is Renan.
Hi, Renan.
So you lead your companions over to where you spotted Renan?
Yes, please.
Okay.
No.
As you make your way over there, Renan's kind of looking around before turning at your approach. Hello. Is everything well?
I guess. No. Have you seen Lorcan?
Yes, Lurkin will be back. He was getting for us something to eat.
Oh, that's nice of him.
We've been out here for a while, and Teraminder went off to Mumzig's, so Lurkin is going to get us something to eat.
Oh, she did?
Yes.
Do you know if she ate?
I do not know. She had not eaten since breakfast, but perhaps she picked something up along the way, or she's mentioned she had a appointment with Kelly. They may have something there.
I look at Frista. I look at Ansel. And I look at Renan. And I debate if this is the right time or not.
What are you doing?
30.
What?
No, I stay.
You know, exhaustion doesn't affect percentile dice.
Really?
It's literally just a percentage. Exhaustion for level 1 is your ability checks.
Frista?
Mm-hmm.
Is it okay if I go? Is that okay if I go?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Hey guys. I will catch up with you later. I'm gonna go. And I go.
Okay. Where do you go?
I go. I try to get to Mumsig's lab, but on the way maybe pick up some lunch for people.
Okay, how much lunch do you pick up?
For 4 people, just in case.
Okay.
And 4 pumpkin chai. Pumpkin spice chai.
With almond milk and no whip and yeah, okay, cool. 1 flavor pump each.
Hala's vegetarian, not vegan. She can drink milk. But oh man, there was like a few years back a holiday spice flat white that was perfect if you did it with like 1 pump vanilla. Ooh, I miss that. But before I get too caught up in coffee nostalgia, yeah, I'll say it's like 5 silver to get lunch for 4 people.
Okay.
And what kind of lunch do you get? Like, is it sandwiches or?
Sure. Whatever's on the way that's street vendor.
Sure, yeah, get sandwiches. So Tala heads off. And maybe like 2 minutes after Tala bolts out of there, Lorcan comes by. He's got 3 sandwiches. Oh, I've got to share one of mine. He'll pass one over to Ansel and Frista to split in half.
Was he getting 3 sandwiches from himself and Renan?
No, he had 3 sandwiches total. 1 for Renan, 2 for him.
Oh. Oh my god. Love him.
So, how was the temple?
Boring.
As they usually are.
Never saw much, never learned much, unfortunately.
We've definitely been keeping an eye out over here. Got a few people saying that they've seen someone like Kari. Yeah, we ain't trying to be too obvious. Don't want Kari picking up that we're trying to find her like this. And that could be bad. Especially if you don't want us to know where she's at. Yeah.
So basically, we've got nothing until the other group arrives,
I mean,
except for a sandwich.
you got a nice sandwich right there.
Is the sandwich like pre-cut?
It is.
Great. I was gonna get really awkward. I can't have it. Yeah,
Lady and the Tramp.
Hey.
no, I was going to
That-
like obviously I couldn't be bothered to. I was going to rip it, and then it'd be like, do I give the smaller or bigger part to Ansel? That was too much pressure. But if it's pre-cut, I just hand any bit to him.
Yeah. So you hand over the half. And yeah, it's just it's a deli sandwich. You know, it's got the hoagie sliced bread. There's some oil vinaigrette mixture on there. Greens, deli meat, sliced cheese. It's a good looking sandwich. I'm sorry if it ain't to your tastes or nothing. I did get that for me, so but it's good eats.
No, it's great. Thank you.
We will pick up with the rest of the investigations here after our next ad break. So, stick around. We will be right back to continue our story. Please let the ads run. They are very important to us here at Wildewitch RP. They help keep our games affordable. But if you want to make a direct donation, you can always do that at my Ko-fi. Link for that is on screen. Ko-fi donations not only help support us, but they also unlock awesome perks for our entire community. Perks that benefit everyone who plays with us for the next month. You can find the full list on our Discord, but a few of the perks include special companions, double treasure, double XP, and even new quests. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Jesus. That's what I'm thinking every single time, every single session.
And we need to get something to like just drown that out.
No.
Ruined
Right.
my stream story.
Recalibrate the brain. Hi guys, welcome back. We're coming back to our Burning Veil games.
Please don't recalibrate my brain.
There's no war in Bossing Say. So, we've got 3 groups now of people. We have Ray and Andy heading over to the administrative manager of university finances, a figure known as Nordkloff, whoever that may be. We have Frista, Ansel, Renan, and Lurkin waiting for Andy and Ray, enjoying some sandwiches. And Tala, yes, there is an Avatar TTRPG, and I have it. And we have Tala rushing off to Momzig's laboratory with lunch and chai for 4. Why don't we pick up there?
Oh crap!
Send me a message, Brent. We can talk about that.
I want to talk about the Avatar.
Send me a message, Anna. We can talk about that. Damn, that was quick. So, your arrival to Momzig's laboratory. Tala, what do you do?
I think I'm kind of excited, nervous. Feeling a little bit yeah, maybe a little bit confident after listening to, Andy Freestyle and Ansel say the same thing, which is find out what she likes and then go. So, and hang out and, the same interest and everything. So I go and I knock on the door. Hello?
You hear it's Kelleny's voice. The door's unlocked. You can just kind of come right in. Be mindful of the stairs.
Oh, okay. I open the door.
It's the same basement laboratory, so you're able to head down. You see Kelleny. Presently, you have the Furbolg head attached to an ooze connected to a spring-driven set of legs.
Hi, Kalani. And I look around. Is there anybody else in there?
Roll a perception check.
17.
Yeah, you see where Terraminder and Mumzig are talking in the back, near Mumzig's laboratory. Or not laboratory, near his office, his desk.
Oh, okay. Hi. I brought lunch and some tea. Hello.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you. Mumzig, Terraminder, we've got a visitor and lunch. And you see the two of them kind of come out and, hi, Tala.
Hi, Terraminder. I brought lunch and some pumpkin spiced chai.
You realize how much of a marketing scam this whole pumpkin spice is? Mumzig will take one of them. There's very hardly any sort of pumpkin in half the products, and the ones that they do, it's really not quite the spirit of the nature. Pumpkin spice, as it originates, is just a mixture of spices that is utilized in many different pies, but it is because the pumpkin pie is very simple in its taste palette that you can really pick up on them more fluently. And he's like taking a drink as he's saying this.
Okay. Like, was excited about the pumpkin part of it, but now just kind of.
I take your joy where you must, but just understand that, a lot of things that they sell is more to it than what you understand.
Okay. I got some turkey cranberry sandwiches.
Oh, that is a lovely pairing.
Stuffing. Okay.
And so he just kind of tears into it.
Okay. And then I go over to Terraminder and I got you a sandwich and a chai.
Oh, thank you. And she'll take it.
Oh, good. You're welcome. And I go bring it over to Kelleny.
Oh, you can just put it down there. I try not to eat around other people. It gets really disgusting.
Okay. And I put his portion down on a table where he points it out, and then I grab my sandwich and my chai and go, is there somewhere I can sit and eat that won't be in your way?
Oh, anywhere is fine. We can just kind of work around you.
Oh, okay. And I go sit near out of curiosity. No, I wouldn't know that. Okay, I just kind of like sit in the center area that's, against a desk or a wall or whatever, but.
Yeah.
I eat.
Okay. Terraminder does not touch the sandwich, besides just putting it down, but she will be drinking from the tea. She may have gotten food along the way. We don't know.
Oh. Okay.
But there is a bit of work that is being done. She kind of helps Kelleny, who continues working because he doesn't need to eat. Mumzig is fully enjoying the break.
That's good. And I go, is it okay if I just sit here and watch for a little bit?
Oh, yeah, you're totally fine there. Unless Terraminder's got a problem. I don't have a problem. It's your laboratory. Technically, it's Mumzig's. Mumzig, you got a problem? Oh, no. This fine friend of ours has brought lunch. Why would I have a problem if they sat around and watched us for a bit?
Oh, good. I get it, and I sit back and I eat and I drink and I watch.
It's much the same. Yeah, I have no problems except for society, but then we don't need to talk about that. um, but yeah, no. From other times that you've been watching, it's the same. There's some mild experimentations going on, and notes are being taken, concoctions brewed. It's just a normal laboratory. Most of the conversation, it's hard to hear because, again, you're kind of tired and everything's a little muffled. But,
Oh, what are the chances I fall asleep?
why don't you roll me a Constitution saving throw?
Okay. Constitution saving throw. Oh God, I'm out like a light.
Oh shit, it didn't come up.
Oh, I rolled a 3, which made it 6.
Yeah, you fall asleep.
Yeah.
You might have to refresh your page. It's not coming through.
Okay.
But, who was it where the nutmeg was a thing? That was a conversation, I was sure of it. Did that happen over the Discord chat? Is that where the nutmeg came into play?
I would have no clue.
There was nutmeg where it was like, yeah, it was over Discord chat because I remember I replied with someone said dust of deliciousness and the tagline on the item is just it's just nutmeg.
Well, I remember that.
Yeah, it came. Oh man. So
Was it Connor?
no, I think it was Geek that started it.
Oh yeah. That
So,
makes sense.
Yeah. So as Tala falls asleep, we it's you don't know how long it's been, Tala. But suddenly you have a hand kind of shaking you awake.
Hello?
You fell asleep.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
It's not an offense to me. People sleep. It's normal. But I finished what I had to do with Kelly, so I'm heading back to find Larkin and Ron.
Oh, okay. Can I go with you?
I mean, sure. Unless you want to head back and get some more sleep.
No, I'm awake, and I slap my face with both of my hands. I'm like, yeah, I'm awake.
Oh, okay. So, Terminder and Tala, you are able to head out.
Yep.
And, Tala, do you do anything as the two of you walk?
No, I'm just trying to wake up.
Okay. Tala, I have a bit of a question.
Oh, sure.
You've given a lot of gifts, right?
Yes. Oh, well,
Well, I'm sure you've given more than me, which is really kind of the important thing.
okay.
What's it mean when someone gives you a gift that's really important to them?
Like,
Well, Andy gave me, an armor set that her family made for her. And she said that she didn't want to throw it out and she wanted someone to keep it. And that seems like it's a really special thing. And She gave it to me, and
Oh, wow. And then all of these thoughts just rush through her head. Um, oh, oh my God. They did okay. Well, I know I know for a fact that family means a lot to Andy, and that armor was specially made by one of her uncles as a gift. So I know it means a lot to her. Um, but I know because we've been in encounters and like fights and stuff like that, she wanted something a little bit more protection. So she got a chain armor, but she didn't want to. I mean, obviously she doesn't want to get rid of it. But I thought she was keeping it in her room. But if she gave it to you, that means that she likes you a lot, thinks very highly of you, and she wanted you to have something that meant a lot to her. So I guess she likes you.
you see a. Obviously, it's not something that Minder kind of notices, but a smile kind of come over her face.
Oh, I see that, and my heart like kind of breaks a little. It's like, but that's really good, right? Do you like her too?
Oh, and I don't know, and like her face kind of gets really sort of red. And he's nice and pretty, and um, but I don't know if that I just, you know, need.
Oh, no, that's good. Yeah, you're right. She is very pretty, and she's really nice, and she's very loyal, and that's good. I'm glad you like her. Um, that's really good, Charmander. You deserve to be happy, you know.
Hey, you guys keep saying that. Trying to. I don't. I. Don't tell Andy, because I mean, like, I don't even know that I really. I don't know that I can have something like this, but I'm fine just staying where I am and being a friend.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I won't tell her if you don't want me to, because secret. I've sworn to secrecy. If I'll swear I won't tell her. Um, but if you, and I think she really likes you. So if you do want to go for it, you should try.
I'm
Uh, but
fine.
if you don't want to, you don't have to. But I think it may be nice.
I just I'm okay. You know, just I I wouldn't have been able to be friends a while ago, and now I have friends, so it's okay. I can,
Okay.
like Mumsik said, take the joy where you must.
Oh, okay. Um, out of curiosity, was that what you and Mumsig was talking about when I came in?
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
I was talking to him about some strange anomalies that I found in the formula.
Oh, okay. Um, you know what Frisa and Ansel had told me, and also Andy too. Um, they said, if you like someone, let them know. Like, be direct if you wanted to. And then if you want to go out on a date, you should ask them out.
Oh, I don't think I could stand out on a date.
Okay. Or maybe, and you know what they told me was, like, do something to, maybe hang out with each other. Get to know her a bit. I know she likes to perform at taverns and stuff. Maybe you can go and watch her perform.
Maybe. But that sounds scary.
Oh, yeah, no, I understand scary. Like,
Oh,
you know how, like, sometimes it feels like the world is so big and you
yes.
feel, like, real small?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and you feel like there's so much things you don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I felt like that yesterday. Um, so
Because of Diamond?
yeah, yeah. I mean, feel like there's so many things I didn't know, and I feel like I went there completely unprepared because I didn't know what Lorcan was talking about or his intention was. And then I never thought about, like, you know, romance and being with someone because, I grew up like I'm a hermit, so I didn't think it was for me. And then all of a sudden this happened, and then my my like I got overwhelmed, and I talked to Freesta and Andy. Freesta would be a really good person to talk about this to if you feel more comfortable. But you don't have to. I mean, like I said, this is our secret. But
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold on to it for now.
yeah, I will. I will.
So, as Tala and Terminder make their way back to where Freesta, Ansel, Lorcan, and Renan are, we will pick up next week with Ray and Andy and their adventures in the administrative financial area. So, thank you to our players for playing. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you to our viewers for viewing. I hope you all enjoyed this. I'll see you all in the next stream, but until then, head over to wildewitch.com. Check us out there. Join us in our Discord to jump into a game yourself. And of course, as always, may the ever-burning light forever guide your steps. Laters.